Hello, Stampers. Kelly Atchison at AStampAbove.com coming to you live from Menasha, Wisconsin. I see so many of you in here waiting for me. Gosh, you know how to make a girl feel good. We've got North Dakota, Connecticut, Manitoba, Canada, Northeast New York, Yuma, Arizona, Diane and Chris, 81 degrees, a little bit jealous. Vacayville, California. That's a real place, huh? Vacayville sounds like my kind of place. I love it. Oh my goodness. Windsor, Colorado, Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, New Jersey, New York, Minnesota is in the house, Pennsylvania. And then, of course, we have Nancy waiting for the blizzard of the nor'easter from the North Shore of Lake Erie. I always love that. It's Nancy, she says. Iowa, Maine is here. Brandon, Mississippi, Illinois, Kansas, North Central West Virginia. That's specific, Cynthia. Oklahoma, North Carolina, New Hampshire. Where else? Where else? Kentucky, North Dakota, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Yay, Melanie. Minnesota, California, Michigan. Lots of Michigan. Lots of East Coasters. Christine, happy Sunday, everyone. Yay for USA Hockey. Woohoo. We watched the game this morning in between pancakes and bacon. Missouri, Wapaka, Wisconsin, Kentucky, Australia. Leslie, welcome. Norfolk, Virginia, Washington State, Alberta, Canada is here also. Yuma, Arizona, Ohio. Great Navajo Nation. Avis, we're happy to see you here. Iowa, Maryland, Connecticut, St. Louis, Maryland, again, Arkansas, Hudson Valley, New York. You guys are getting hammered. Birch Bay, Washington, Ohio, Tennessee, Florida, Oklahoma, Michigan, Charlotte. Welcome, Maria. Roanoke, Virginia with Tina. Marquette is here. Marquette, Michigan, beautiful, beautiful place. Wendy from the Gold Coast in Australia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, California, Muncie, Indiana. Hi, Connie from Marquette. Kennewick, Washington, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, lots of Wisconsin, Pleasant Prairie. Hi, Laura, welcome. Michigan, Beloit, Tennessee, Venice, Florida. I love Florida. I'm gonna lie. It's pretty nice down there, but this week it's not going to be that great in the Sarasota area. I just looked because my cousins are down there, my cousin and her husband. And they're looking at not so high temperatures and a little bit of rain, but nothing like they're getting on the East Coast tonight. Oh my goodness. Joe has been keeping me updated from the Jersey Shore. They're going to get hit with like at least a foot of snow and 50-mile-an-hour winds. So we're talking major, major blizzards. So sending out prayers and well wishes that everybody gets through that. Pamela says she's hunkering down with a cocktail. I like it, Pamela. I like it. I said I love a good blizzard. Like we get nice blizzards here in Wisconsin, and I love a good blizzard. But as Joe said, they've got a whole bunch of great big trees in their yard, and with heavy snow and crazy wind, that's a little dangerous and also expensive. So thoughts and prayers going out to you. All fingers crossed that you guys get through it okay. Diane says Marquette got a foot of snow last night. I saw that. Lower Michigan had a great big huge like 80-car pileup on the interstate due to snow, I think. So crazy. Also craziness going on in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I have some friends that were going to go on vacation there and changed their minds. I guess they're like in a full-on war right now with drug cartel. So sending prayers their way too. Holy cow. Lots of crazy going on. Wendy, she's hunkering down with a cocktail. No snow here. Oh, Wendy, you gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay. Christine says, if it makes you feel better, I think you guys outplayed us. Oh, she's talking to our Canadians. Yeah. Sorry, Canadian friends. Not sorry that the USA hockey team won. But that guy that got his teeth busted out, like, holy cow. You guys know there were two different sets of brothers on that team? Just the USA hockey team. Crazy. My whole family has been obsessed with the Olympics, the Winter Olympics all week. And my daughter, Haley, just said today, she wished that it would go on for like a month because it's just too much all at once. She needs it spread out. Barb's got some blackberry brandy. You go, Barb. I have strawberry lemonade. I'm so boring. But I did just have dinner. What'd you guys have for dinner? I had chili for about the 20th time. Steve makes this giant pot of chili and then we have to eat it. And I've had it like 20 times and it's amazing. Like I would put his chili into a chili cook-off any day. But I kind of have had enough now. So I had that for supper and it was delightful. And a brownie with great big walnuts in it and a little glass of milk. So I'm refueled and I'm ready to rock and roll. Pittsburgh steak salad. Sheila, that sounds delightful. Yeah. I'm just looking. Oh, ribs, mashed potatoes, roast veggies, and rolls. Wow, holy cow. That's a good dinner. Okay, you guys. Gosh, we have so many things happening. And I don't even know what I'm making tonight. Like I have so many things that I would like to make tonight, but I know I can't keep you here for like 3 hours. So we're going to have to make some decisions as we go along tonight. But John report. The last thing I remember about John, he's been rather hermity, not going to lie, is his dog was barking a lot the other day. I was live for Stamp Happy Academy on Saturday morning the other day, yesterday. Seems like a long time ago. And his dog was barking. I never hear his dog barking, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I'll have to ask Steve to ask what's happening with the dog. I don't care if the dog barks. Cara says 3 hours. Sure you can. I can't. Oh, thank you, Gwen. I know as I was, I went and took a little potty break. The bathroom's right behind this wall here. And I thought, oh, I should pull up the picture of me immediately after I chopped my bangs off and share it with you guys, but I didn't have a chance to. So maybe I'll try to do that for next week. When we're done here, I'll write myself a note. How about that? Hang on. Here comes a note. Bangs. I'll get that picture ready. Ready? Bangs. Oh gosh, that looks terrible. I hope I can read it. You guys ever write yourself a note and then you like can't read some of the keywords and you're like, the heck? I do that. Anyways, I'll share a picture of you for those of you that may be new to me and don't know about the bang. I have not been drinking. Apparently my lips are not working. About the bang incident back in, I think it was like September. I accidentally picked up the wrong pair of scissors when I was thinning out my bangs and I cut them like a big chunk right in the middle, right off, right there. There's a whole thing. But yeah, look how long they are, right? I always have trouble with my bangs not sitting right, but whatever. We're not here for the bangs or the hair, right? So anyways, I'll share a picture of that because it's pretty amusing and I am not afraid to show you how incredibly ridiculous I looked. Hi, Karen. I'm glad you made it for live too. So anyways, that's my John report. I don't have much to say there, but I wanted to thank everybody for the orders that you placed this last week. Especially those of you, not especially, but I'm really glad for those of you that got to take advantage of that free shipping. Now, you guys know that they do not announce free shipping to us very far in advance. Like we get a day, 2 days notice most of the time. So I try to get that information out there to you as soon as possible. And we had free shipping on Wednesday, Thursday. Wait, where am I? Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this last week with an order over $75. So, it was so nice. I put in a great big order myself and I just added a whole bunch of essentials that I needed and a couple things that I missed on the online exclusive pre-order. So I indulged a tiny bit, but free shipping, right? Free shipping. It's always good to get free shipping. So thank you guys for your orders. Really appreciate that. Please remember that all orders with me in my online store, all the orders get a 10-card PDF file, and that's sent in an email. And I'm reading something about I missed the hair coloring with the Stampin' Up! Inks. I know, Melanie, right? I haven't had to do that in a long time, but I do that sometimes too. Anyways, I send out a PDF file with 10 different card ideas, and we usually do a theme. So we go with certain bundles. And this month, everybody who places an order with me gets a PDF with 10 different card ideas using the lovely Blossom Suite. And oh my gosh, it is so nice to have a PDF where I give you pictures. I give you dimensions for the cards because, like, I'm a layout girl, right? Not to be confused with other things that might sound a little shady. I love a layout. And it's nice that when you see a layout, you know the dimensions because you've got them all right there in the PDF. Even if you don't have the stamp set or the designer paper or whatever, you can still use those card layouts easily without having to reinvent the wheel, which is what I always kind of say there. So everybody who orders from me gets a PDF as a gift, and I email it out. And also, if your order goes over $35, you get invited to a special event, which is our Stamp Happy Party Live. Oh my gosh. Dina, Barb, and I stamp together. So we're all three in a video. One of us each month picks out a fun fold. Sometimes they're kind of complicated. Sometimes they're not. But we each take that fun fold and we make our own card with it. So we demonstrate that for you. And you get 3 different ideas using one fun fold, using all kinds of different products. And it's so much fun. There might be a lot of shenanigans in that Stamp Happy Party video class. And maybe sometimes some things that are right on the border of being appropriate or not. It's a lot of fun. So $35 or more order from me during the month. Our next Stamp Happy Party is on March 18th. It is usually the second Wednesday of the month, but in March, Barb, Dina, and I will all be attending on stage in Long Beach, California. Woohoo! How many of you guys are going? I saw somebody left a comment last week that I missed saying they hoped they would get to meet me at on stage, and I am so excited to meet anybody who's coming there. So please make sure. Don't be shy. Come right up to me and tell me who you are and introduce yourself. And then maybe tell me how you know me. Because sometimes it can get a little weird. But I watch you on YouTube or I watch you on Facebook. Come up and tell me who you are. I love to meet you guys in real life. So that'll be super, super fun. Okay, Margina is going to on stage. Woohoo! I have a bunch of team members going to on stage too, so I'm super excited. And some of them I have never met in person, you guys. So I'm really excited about that also. So we've got a PDF with 10 card ideas with any type order, any size order. $35 or more, you get to join us for a Stamp Happy Party live stamping class with Barb, Dina, and I. If your order is over $50, I have another PDF that it contains 12 different cards. It usually has a theme also. And that one includes video tutorials with the dimensions and the ingredients and all the things with pictures. So that one's a little bit more, right? And let me see, this month, that particular PDF is all about the Nature's Symphony, the Nature's Walk suite. So that's really, really pretty. And again, even if you don't have the suite, you get all the dimensions. You get a video for each one of those cards, 12 different videos. It's very cool. Also, when your order reaches $75, you qualify for the product of the month. And product of the month is the Painted Illusions Designer Series paper. You can add that for $5. This is 12 sheets of 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. We're maybe going to be using it tonight. Like I said, I have so many projects, I don't even know what I'm going to push off until the next time I'm live. I don't even know. Okay. Fabulous Sayings, which was that fantastic word set that was a product of the month in February, is sold, or in January, sold out, no longer available. True Blue Florals, which was another really pretty designer series paper, that was the product of the month in December. We still have some of those last time I checked. So, let's see. Don't forget about the Lovely Blossoms retreat. Barb, Dina, and I are doing this amazing retreat using the lovely arrangements, Lovely Blossoms, whole product suite with some extra stuff added in. Those swag boxes went out in the mail last week. But if you still want to get in on it, I have a few left, like 2. I think Barb has 1 or 2 left, and Dina has 1 or 2 left. So on the YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube right now, underneath the video is a link to register for the retreat. 15 different projects, you guys. It's going to be amazing. The swag boxes have some extra goodies in them because we love to spoil you. So lots of fun in those boxes. And once you order, we'll get your boxes out like right away. They are ready to go in the mail, the couple that we have left. So don't miss out on that. That event is going to take place on February 27th, 28th, and March 1st. It is going to be videos that'll be posted to a private Facebook group. Also, each one of us will be doing a live with some bonus extra projects, ideas. And if you can't watch it live, do not worry. It's all recorded. Even the lives will be put into a YouTube video, and it'll all be put into a PDF file. If you're outside the US, you still have the opportunity to register with the online only version. You just won't get a swag box. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Let me get back to my comments here. Oh my gosh, Lori got her swag box. The PDF will not be coming out until the event is over. So you're not going to get a PDF ahead of time, but the videos will start posting on Friday. So, and they are, other than the lives that each one of us are going to do, they are pre-recorded videos. So you will be able to get out your stuff. You will be able to see all the dimensions in the video and pause the video and cut your stuff if you want to craft along with us. It's a lot of fun. So, and the PDF will be emailed out to you, but not until, I don't know if it's going out prior to the event or not. I'm going to be working on my PDF portion tomorrow. So that's a good question, but it will be on its way, but probably not before the event because we still have live videos that we're doing. And sometimes in those live videos, things change and we would hate to give you the wrong information in the PDF. So this one works that way. Sometimes we email out early, and for a retreat, we usually don't. So just so you know. Okay, let's see. I told you all about the Lovely Blossoms retreat. We have a new class coming in March, and we're so excited about it. Brand new event that we've never done before. It's going to be a Craft Like a Boss event. It's going to be 9 projects over 6 days. And we do have boss kits that will go out ahead of time with lots of fun goodies. This is going to be like a craft along where you're going to get your box and you're going to be able to make as we go. So super, super fun. For that one, we will be sending out a PDF with dimensions for the different projects ahead of time. So, okay, I have prizes over here. Now, last week I forgot to share my mail with you guys, so don't let me do that again. I know all the things. It's very hard to remember. All the things. Okay. Let's see. Lori says, thank you for answering me. Does it include the special projects? The swag box includes everything that's in the retreat. Maybe I'm not understanding your question. Let me know. Are the Lovely Blossoms retreat videos on Facebook or in YouTube? They will actually be housed in YouTube. So if you're not a fan of Facebook, don't worry about that. No big deal. The PDF for the event will have video links in it, and they don't go to Facebook. Everything is uploaded to YouTube. But on the Facebook group, we will bring the YouTube videos into the Facebook group. I hope that makes sense. We can't leave things on Facebook because they delete them after 30 days, the videos. So everything we do is then uploaded. If it's on Facebook, it's uploaded to YouTube. Do you know what the stamp sets you'll be using for the Craft Like a Boss? Yes, we are going to be using the, I think it's called Rainbow or Tulips and Sunshine. Tulips and Sunshine. All that information will be coming out probably in the next week or so. So if you are not subscribed to my blog, I highly recommend that you go there, and in the right-hand column, if you're on a computer, there's a subscription button. I recommend that you subscribe. The address is running right across the bottom of this video. Otherwise, when we're done with the video, if you click on more, see more under the YouTube video, you're going to find a link to my blog there, and subscribe to it so you don't miss anything. Okay. Where did I get my crown? I have no idea, Mariah. I've had it for a very, very long time, and I'm not really sure where I got it. I'm sitting here thinking, Target? I don't think so, because it's pretty good. It's a pretty sturdy one. I have a birthday crown too that says "Happy Birthday" in rhinestones. I don't know, but sorry. Okay, prizes. For commenting last week on my live, we have Sandra Coe of, oh, did I write that right? Leiden, Washington. Oh, I hope I wrote that right. That doesn't look. Leiden, Washington, Lyden, Washington. Sarah Coe, I have some beautiful sparkly sequins for you, but I don't have your address. So you're going to need to email me your address, and you will find my email address right there. So please email me, and I'll get these off. That's for commenting, and thank you so much, everybody who commented on my video last week. Next up, we have for sharing my video. I have this beautiful Thoughtful Wishes paper, I think it's called. This is a half a pack. It is so, so beautiful. And Terry Bate of the Lake Erie region of Ohio. This is for you, but I don't have your address either. So you could please email me right there at the bottom of the screen. Pop me an email and give me your address. I will be able to get this off in the mail to you. And then last but not least, I have a Thanks a Bunch stamp set for placing orders with me from last Sunday to this Sunday. I put everybody in a drawing, and Corby Lakey of Winlock, Washington. This is going to be on its way to you just in time for Easter, too, like carrot season, right? Thanks to everybody who comments, who shares, and who orders from me. I appreciate you so, so, so much. So with that being said, please make sure that you click that like button or the thumbs up button, depending on where you are, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Give me a thumbs up. There's also a little share button, especially on Facebook. Share my video. You can share it right now. Share my video. That really helps me get my business out to more people, new people, and help me grow. And oh, I so appreciate that. And then, of course, orders pay my bills. This is my full-time job. And so I really, really appreciate those. Thanks, you guys, for congratulating the winners. You're always so good about that. Okay. I think that one more thing. If you got bonus coupons last month in January, you want to make sure you're using them right now. $5 coupons. So when you put an order in over on a computer on the right-hand side, it's going to give you your total and your subtotal and all that stuff. And then it's going to say coupon. Take that email you got from Stampin' Up, copy your coupon code. Don't try to retype it. That's just like, blah. Copy it, paste it into the coupon area, hit the go button or the save button or whatever's there. And it'll take $5 off for every coupon. And if you have more than one coupon, you can just copy and paste them all right into the same blank. It'll take off however many you have. So make sure you're using those. Super important. We don't leave free money on the table. That's my motto. Okay. So what am I going to do? I think what I'm going to do first is What do I have over here right now? Okay, that is, oh, okay, this is what we're going to do first. I have so many options tonight, you guys. I'm having a hard time making a decision. All right, we're going to get this in here. Let's head over to my desktop. Linda says she's the only one exercising while listening to my pre-card making. There will be people tell me that they listen to the replay on Monday mornings while they're on their treadmill. I have a lot of people exercising watching me. So that's funny. Tanya has cheeseburger soup for lunch and now chicken breast strips, potatoes in the oven roasted with zesty Italian dressing. Oh my gosh, a Parmesan cheese. That sounds really good. Really good. Okay, squirrel. That's right. Here we go. All right, you guys. This is the Painted Illusions product of the month for February. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous patterns of paper here. And I am going to be making a project for you. And I have a couple other things that I've used different patterns of the paper. Oh, and I have this little random bunny here. I kind of cleaned up the side of my desk over there because it was really a mess and it was kind of making me crazy, which doesn't happen that often because I live in a mess most of the time in here. I found this random little bunny and I just couldn't throw him away. Do you guys ever find little pieces and you're like, oh, which brings me, squirrel. Valerie was sick this week, so she had to come over and stay at our house. And so she made me a card. Isn't this so cute? This is an old set of card bases and matching envelopes. So she put a water bottle stickers on it. And then she took one of my little Easter baskets with the treat. There was a little treat in it. She glued it to the envelope. Okay. Absolutely adorable. Here is the card that she made me. How cute is that? Right? Happy Easter. Easter's on its way. You are so beautiful, Valerie, with a little tiny heart down there. Ah, so precious. And then she ate the candy. She said, can I eat the candy? I said, yeah, go ahead. So cute. But that was clever, right? Sticking that right to that envelope. Very cool. Have to share that with you. Okay, my card is going to be using the Petals of Beauty. You guys know that I love this set. I chose this whole suite to use for my mom's celebration of life. We decorated all of her picture boards with flowers and all kinds of elements from this particular suite, the designer paper, the ribbons. Oh, it was so, so pretty. So I'm going to be using that in combination with the Painted Illusions. I'm also bringing in a new bundle that is part of this suite called Words of Beauty. And we not only have the stamped words, 15 different sentiments in here, but we also have dies that cut the words out, these just and because. Oh, I love it when we have a bundle that does that, right? And I'm going to use a sentiment from the right words here. And this is to someone worth celebrating every single day because we're going to make birthday cards. So here comes all of our things. I've got Flirty Flamingo. Oh, is that the right color? Nope, that's not right. Hang on. I think we're going to be using Misty Moonlight instead of Flirty Flamingo. And I'll show you why in just a second. I've got my stamps mounted here. I'll get my little dimensions up here on my video pole so that I look like I know exactly what I'm talking about. So smart, right? That's how I feel. I'm like, you got to have all that stuff there so that you're not fumbling with your words because goodness knows I have a hard enough time stamping, thinking, monitoring comments. What am I going to do next? You know, it's a whole thing. I've also got the brushed brass butterflies because that's going to work out great for this card. So here comes all of our dimension or our cardstock layers. We have a crumb cake base. 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. Aw, Louise says she inherited her grandmother's talent. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. She does like to be creative, I'll tell you that. She's good at it. She didn't last long up here, though, because she wasn't terribly sick, but you could tell she wasn't 100% either. So it was kind of like, she's done now. And that was okay because I had some work to do. Okay, then we have 4 by 5 1/4 for our inside. And then I took this particular, not this side, we're going to use this side, this particular side of the Painted Illusions Designer Series paper. This is 2 1/8 by 5 1/2. And then I've also got a little strip of the same paper that's 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. So we are going to go ahead and let's stamp up this inside here. And do I want to use crumb cake? I think I'll just go ahead and use the Misty Moonlight here. So this little strip is going to run right down the side here. So I just like to kind of lay it in place. And then we're going to come in here and stamp. Oh, that's straight. That turned out really good. Been struggling with that lately. So I'm like, can I stamp it straight? I think I can. Put a little bit of glue down here at the bottom. Oops, that was kind of a lot. Let's get my fingers filled with glue already. I'll have to wipe those off. And I did that because this is longer than 5 1/4. And I don't want to cut through designer paper with glue on the back of it. So I put my glue. Do I have to explain that? I think I do because it's kind of weird. I put a little piece of glue down here so I don't have glue on this part of my card or my paper, and then I get it all over my scissors. Does that make sense? That's why I do it that way. It's kind of weird. I've been called weird before, so it's okay. I'm fine with it. I had a gym teacher one time when I was in high school. My maiden name was Flynn. And one day, I don't know what I said to her, but she looked at me. She goes, Flynn, you're weird. I'm like, I know, right? I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Okay. Next, I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put this right over on the side of my card. And this is a great, easy layout. You can really make a lot of cards. And anytime I have a super easy layout like this, these are the kind of cards that I would make a bunch of them up with the various papers, kind of like I'm doing tonight, with the various papers from a pack. And wrap them in a ribbon or put them in a cello bag with a tag on it and give them away as a gift because they're quick, they're easy, and people need cards. Like, cards are expensive. So, okay, now we have a scrap of Misty Moonlight. We've got a scrap of white, and we've got a scrap of Lemon Lolly. That's the colors that I chose. So I'm going to take, I need a bigger scrap of white. Hang on. Let me get my little scrap bin down here. You guys have a little bin like this with all the whites in it? Lots and lots of white. This one will work good. Okay, let me check my comments here. Not weird, just fun. Thanks, Pat. Nancy said she's been called weird recently, too. Yeah, I can believe that, Nance. It's okay. Like, weird is fun, right? We keep things interesting. Okay, this is a birthday card, so I'm using It's Your Birthday, and that comes from the Words of Beauty. We've got all of these. Kind, sweet, you're a great friend. It's your birthday. I appreciate you. I think you're amazing. Lovely. I love you. You're so, you've been on my mind, and just because. Lots of different combinations there. So I'm going to use Early Espresso on my Lemon Lolly. And we're going to stamp that right in the middle. Oh, that turned out great too. And then I am going to use Lemon Lolly, which I don't have out here. I think I have that in a different bin, you guys. Hang on. I know I do. And it's buried. So, oh, not too bad. Lemon Lolly. And the flower. We're going to use the solid flower. And we're going to stamp that. Oh, I love that watercolor look on these flowers. And as long as we're doing that, I am going to grab my envelope. Do you guys say envelope or envelope? Well, how are you going to type that? Type it with an A if you say envelope, and an E if you do envelope. And then early espresso is going in the center. Oh, so nice. Oh, and I have to do that over here too. Yay. Really, really pretty, right? Okay, let me move these kind of out of my way a little bit. We're going to die cut this. That was our envelope. We're going to die cut this, 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 and this. So let me get all the goodies out here. Woo. Okay, this is for the because, and it's the big bubble outline. And then we have a much smaller because that's going to be, this is white, this is Misty Moonlight. Here's a label in here. And again, this is all part of the Words of Beauty die bundle, which is super nice. Next, we're going to grab the Petals of Beauty and bring in one of the delightful little flower dies, and that's going to go on just like this. So we're going to die cut all of these things. Hang on a second. Put that in there. Here comes all our goodies. I do this ahead of time so that you don't have to wait for me to run all this through my machine, and then if it slips, oh good gosh, right? It's just, okay. Lots of E envelope, 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 and an envelope. Jolene does both. Hi, Jolene. Adhesive strips. Don't forget the adhesive strips. Do you mean like the these things? The adhesive sheets? Yeah. Well, you know I forgot them. That's okay, because I have not had trouble with this because, and I made a few of these cards. But the adhesive sheets are a good idea. And I just kind of put a little glue on the letters. I'll hold this up in just a second so you can actually see it, because I know I'm little glue. See how little of glue I use? You don't need a lot of glue, and this isn't going to gush out from under anything. But if you use the adhesive sheets, that's a great idea. I always forget. And thank you for trying to remind me. I am a slow learner. Maybe that's why my FAUX teacher said, oh, it's weird. Probably not. Okay, look at how cool that is, right? That is very cool. All right, so now we're going to put this little card together. Oh, I do need crumb cake. Did I bring that out? I did not. Hang on, that's loaded up someplace too. I have so many things happening here tonight. No. Here it is. Apparently I'm using all the same color inks on all the cards. So I'm going to take this little leaf, kind of a wispy little leaf, and I just want a little something down here. So I did that. That just adds a little interest there, doesn't it? Okay, now we're going to put things together. Linen thread. Of course, I grabbed that and threw it in another bin too. Today, as I was working on some of my projects for tonight, I found a really nice ribbon that was a linen thread double bow. Was over in my mess over there. Let's see, can I get there over there? And I grabbed it, and I wasn't going to put linen thread on one of my cards that I'll show you later. But I took it and held it up, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to look great. So I actually used one of those things that I, laid aside that I thought I'd use later that you usually don't. They just continue to make a big mess. Do you guys have that problem? I have that a lot. Here comes my dimensionals. I'm just going to throw some on this big flower. Now, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my flower right over here, a little bit of that sticking out. And then, so I want my linen thread bow to go right about there. I'm going to stick that right there. Then we're going to do this. Put these in. If you put the point in at an angle, you can pull those backs off super easy. And now I'm going to kind of pull my bow down like this. And I'm going to put it right here. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Then we're going to grab mini dimensionals. And I'm going to use 3 on this label because it's pretty long. Oops, I just pulled the back off of one. Should I stick it back on there? Oh, look at that. Gosh, tonight I'm winning so far. Okay, so this is going to go right in here. And then, I love that because. Don't you love the because? Hang on, I'll show it to you a little bit better. I'm going to glue this down. Make sure that's straight. Looks pretty darn good. And then we're going to put this right in here. And I don't push it all the way down till I can bring it up. Oh, you know what? Shoot. So this is, I specifically stamped it over at the left because I wanted to make this label a little bit smaller, you guys. So I actually did that. So forget that I put dimensionals on the back. We're going to think that they're not there. But I took this and I put it back into my die and I made it shorter. So then I just, you know, put a Post-it note on it to hold it in place. I ran it through my machine again. And now it's shorter. Do you see that? Because it just was too much space for this birthday. So we'll get rid of that. We'll do this again. I get so excited, I get ahead of myself, and then I forget. And here we go. Oops, I did it. Look at it. I did it again. Hold the back off, one of those dimensionals. I vacuumed my floor in here the other day, and you would never know it. So bad again. There we go. This is going to make me happier. So I don't stick down until I can hold it up and look at it, make sure that it's straight. Oh, look at that. Last but not least, we are going to grab the butterflies. I thought the butterflies would be a little bit of bling because this is kind of a, you know, toned down card. And the butterflies would bring in a little bit of bling. And so, whoops, I'm going to grab a big one and just toss it right there. And a smaller one, and we'll do one right there. And then I'll put another little one. How about right up there? What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? For someone worth celebrating every single day. All right, so this is the Painted Illusions Designer Series paper, part of our product of the month. So it's just another good idea. I know a lot of you got it. So I want to give you a lot of good ideas to use with it. Here comes Flirty Flamingo. Let's move this out of the way. So I used a different pattern of the Painted Illusions to make that card. And then here comes another one with the Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. And again, these cards are all the same on the inside, but I just wanted to show you how very pretty this paper is to be used for any type of card, really. Like if you didn't need any birthday cards, you could put Get Well on here. And let's see, what do we have? Because you've been on my mind. You could definitely do that, right? Or because I love you. Because I think you're amazing. I love that one too. Lots of good options there. Put this away, and this and this. Oh, I'm going to use that again because that's why I couldn't find it. And here come some more cards that I made in case you missed these. This is a brand new set coming out March third called Creative Crew. Let me get that dimensional backing off, or Cutest Crew. But it's on back order already because it is so stinking cute and popular. That's one of the reasons why, if you are not a discount shopper with Stampin' Up, you should be, because you can order these a month in advance and then you don't need to worry about back orders. Aren't they cute? Same paper. This is the same paper that I used for these birthday cards, just the different patterns. So in case you missed the Painted Illusions, here are all the beautiful patterns. We used this one tonight. I didn't even use that one yet. I used the back of it though, right? And this one. So lots and lots of pretty, very pretty patterns in here. Okay. And again, I could do a couple more of the patterns and give this to any one of my kids. They would love to have these. So they have birthday cards for their friends and their other families, husbands, you know. All right, next up. Oh, in case you missed it, last week, Sunday, this was my class. So you'll find a video on my blog at www.AStampAbove. We also made these. So lots of great tips for all of these. This is a faux embossing technique. This uses one of the panels from the Lovely Blossoms Designer Series paper. And then this was a sneak peek at something coming out in March. Lots of fun there. Okay, so hang on. I am going to check my messages. Ooh, yeah, that's what I should have said. Which one is your favorite? I forgot about that. Got Flirty Flamingo, Lost Lagoon, or Misty Moonlight. I want to hear what your favorite is. Okay. Thank you for liking and sharing, Rose. I really appreciate it. It is a nice layout, right? Thanks, Pamela. Wendy loves the flirty. Yes, 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 right? And again, just a great way to utilize all the patterns in a pack of Designer Series paper so that you're not just using up one of the whole thing. You can use up a lot of it. Shelby says a lot of mess on the floor means you're a productive stamper. Well, most of the time, that is true. Sometimes not so much. Lynn wants to know if she has to choose. You do not, Lynn. You can like all of them. Okay, I think what we're going to make next is my technique card. This is a fun technique. Now, you guys know that every month I have a technique club that I run. And hang on, I'm just grabbing some of my old little things over here so I can show you some samples. Here's one. Here's one. Okay, I've got like 3 of them. That'll be good. Let's get these out of here. So, Technique Club. Each month, if you are in my Technique Club, you place an order with me that is a minimum $25. And then I send you a technique. This is a shaving cream technique using shaving cream and ink refills. And then I use that technique to make a card. And this was the one we did in January. So each month you get an instruction sheet with a sample of the technique on it and a card made with it. It also has down at the bottom here the date of a video. So you just go to my blog and you can use the archives to find January videos until you come to the one about this if you would like to see it in action. This one is from November, and this is a faux suede technique. And again, card. This was a gift card holder, so really cool card. Little gift card goes in here. Nice man card using the faux suede technique. And in November 16th of last year is when you'll find that video. And of course, the envelope. And then we have this one from August. And I just grabbed these. Oh, I don't have an envelope, I guess. And this was monochromatic. And it talks about monochromatic and how to do that. There's a video on August 24th. So this is what my Technique Club is. Now, each month, my Technique Club members join the club for 6 months. They place a minimum $25 order before tax, shipping, or any coupons. And they get all of this. And after you're in the club for a while, you accumulate the instruction cards. I keep mine in a clear stamp case so that you have a whole library of techniques. So we are going to be using, I've got a sneak peek here, and also this Fragrant Layers. You've seen me use this bundle on some other cards, which I will show you again when we're done making this one. Oh, what's happening here? Okay. And let me bring in all the goodies for that. We're going to do a tiny bit of embossing. So I've got my embossing powder and my Versamark ink pad there. Here comes Cloud Cover, Secret Sea, and Old Olive. I've also got the In Color Flat Pearls, some Cloud Cover ribbon here, a little wink of Stella, and here's a little sneak peek. So this is a hybrid bundle. You've got the Paradise Garden hybrid embossing folder that also matches up with the Paradise Garden dies. I haven't even opened these yet because I'm just using the folder. So I'll show them to you if I can get them out of the plastic sometimes. Let's see what they look like. Ooh. Okay, so this goes with the folder, and then we have all of these elements that go with the stamp set. And I don't even have that stamp set over here because I'm not using it. I'm just using this part. But with these hybrid folders, you can take and put your cardstock in here, and then you put this die on top of it. Let me see if I can get this off. There we go. And this will snap into place. Maybe it goes on this side. Nope, I don't think it does. I think it goes on here like this, but I just got to figure it out. Oh, there it is. I can feel it. It just clicked right into place. And then when you die cut this, it'll die cut all of these leaf things and then emboss them at the same time. So it's pretty cool. That was pretty risky trying to do that without ever touching it. Golly. But so I'm just using the embossing folder, and you can bet that I will be using this in the future. Paradise Garden dies. Okay. So let's make our card. And I think what I'll do first is we're going to do our technique, and then we will finish up the card. We are going to be doing faux tile tonight, which is super fun and easy. And I am going to start. Hang on just a second. I got to get the rest of my bits and pieces out here. I am going to start. Now, you can use any size that you want, but the card that I'm making today uses a 3 by 4 inch piece of basic white paper. And I've already put my little markers in place. So your simply scoring board comes with a stylus that has a big end and a little end. These are just little balls on the end of this little tool. It also comes with 3 of these little markers, and I have put my markers in at 1, 2, and 3 inches. I am going to do 3-inch intervals for my faux tile technique. So I'm going to use the bigger end of the stylus here because I want these to have substantial score lines in them. So I'm going to put it in here at 1 inch, kind of push it down a little bit so it gets in the groove, and then I'm going to really push on it. I want these grooves to be very deep. There we go. So we've got 1, 2, and 3 inches, and then we're going to turn it this way, and we're going to do 2 this way. Now, you could switch this. You could do 3/4 inch intervals, but of course you want to cut your paper to match that. 3 by 4 wouldn't make it full squares for all of your tiles. So you'll figure that out, right? You could do 1/2 inch intervals if you wanted to. So this is just what I chose to do. So we're done with our scoreboard. Now, a scoreboard works better for this than the trimmer because it gives you deeper grooves for your faux tile technique. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my stamps. And boy, there's a lot of stamps that I'm using. So hang on tight. And we are going to stamp the outline. Now this is the fragrant layers. So we've got 15 different stamps in here. And then of course there's also a whole set of dies that go with this. We're using a lot of the stamps. I'm going to start with cloud cover. And anytime I have a real big stamp like this, I like to lay it down on the table and bring my ink pad so I can see what's going on. And then I am going to stamp this right in the middle of my layer. Now I'm not pushing hard. I'm just stamping. And that turned out really good. So do you see how the white lines don't have ink in them? You don't want to push real hard. This is the indented side. These are the raised lines. So this is where we scored it. So the lines are indented. This is a two-step stamp process. So now I'm going to bring in the second step to that. And I'm using cloud cover. Now, if you weren't able to get a cloud cover big ink pad because Stampin' Up! Did not release these to the public, there were problems with them. Luckily, I got one without a problem. You can certainly use a baby wipe and put some ink refill of cloud cover in it or pick a different color. But I chose this one. So now I'm going to bring this in here. I'm going to pull this towards me so I can get my head over top of it and hopefully stamp this straight. So you really have to look and see what you're doing here. Looks pretty good. Now again, I'm not pushing real hard. Oh, I still have my white lines in there. Do you see now how it's looking like tile? Very, very cool. Then, oh, thank you, Deb, telling me to put my stylus away so it doesn't get lost, but we might be using this a little bit later. And I purposely set it up there, but thank you because, yeah, you don't want to lose that. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Next, I'm going to grab my old olive. Oh, and I need that lemon lolly. That's why it was in a different bin because I'm using it on this one too. There's a little flower center dot. And I'm just going to use lemon lolly. It's a very light yellow color. Now I'm going to show you a little boo-boo that I just did. Do you see in the tile line right there? I pushed too hard with this and I did get ink into that. I hope you can see that. So again, you want to use light pressure, but it's not the end of the world. Nobody's going to notice it. We don't need to panic over it by any means. Now we've got old olive. And we're going to stamp our leaves. And again, I did not push real hard there. Let me pull that up so you can see it. So you can see that my tile line is still white. And I think we're going to use this one is the one that goes, yep, on here. And now I've got lots of tile going on with this leaf. So I'm going to try to be careful not to push too hard. Oh, I did really good. And then we've got one more leaf. This is a really easy two-step stamping stamp set. Like you can see that I'm not struggling to get these lined up at all. I got a little bit of green in there, but otherwise did pretty good. So I'm going to call that a win. This is not a perfect technique, but you can see that it's still maintaining what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so we've got that done. Let's bring in our, oh, I don't have an envelope out here. Hang on. Guys know I always like to have an envelope. And I actually need 2 envelopes. So as long as my stamps are dirty, we'll just get this all done. Okay, so here's my 4x5 1/4 inch layer for the inside of my card. And what I'm going to do with that is just stamp one of these little flowers. Just going to stamp that down there. Now you can press as hard as you want. And then I'm also going to do it on the envelopes, and I need 2 of them because I made a sample card so I would know what I was doing. It's always a bonus, right? So there's my envelopes. I'm using Secret C for the leaf here, and I don't think that's weird at all. Then we're going to bring that cloud cover back in, and there's a single flower here, and I like to look for the one that has 3 humps on it because one of these has 3 humps on it too, and that's how I kind of figure out where I'm going with that. And you can see that turned out really good. So like I said, this is a super easy 2-step stamping set. Some of them can be kind of tricky. This is not one of those. Oh, I was a little bit off on that. Not to worry, it's just an envelope, right? And then, oops, is this the way it goes? Let me look. Yep. There we go. That one looks great. And then we've got that center. Boom. 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 And then I need to do my little leaf that's up here in the corner. And I think that goes with this one. There's 3 different leaves in there. Yay, I did it. Okay, so here's our inside of our card. Here's our envelope. I'm just going to set that right over there. I'll put this envelope over here. All right. Now we are done with these colors. Now we just have to do a little embossing. And I've got my Versamark here. And a Secret C layer. And I'm going to do just a note. So this is just going to be an all occasion card. There are several different sentiments in here. So happy for you. It's your day. Just a note. Hello. But you can certainly use anything, right? And when I do any embossing, I like to do some embossing. So I usually don't just emboss one thing. Let's make it worth our time. And if you want, grab some different colors of cardstock and just emboss several different colors that you think you'll use with the stamp set. It's just a way to use your time better. If you're going to get out all the things and do all the things, you might as well make it worthwhile, right? There's my little tip for the day. Hi, Lisa Nealand. Welcome. All right. I am going to heat set this. So you guys know that we have a great special going on right now if you join Stampin' Up! And I would love to have you be part of my team. I am putting the preliminary touches on a demonstrator event that will be held in Appleton, Wisconsin on May, I think it's coming on May 8th and 9th. I got to move my calendar. 8th and 9th. It'll be Friday night, all day Saturday. It's going to be at the Holiday Inn in Appleton, and I am expecting it to be fantastic. So whether you live close or you can drive in or fly in, I would love to have you. And you can get these new Stampin' Positioner tool right now for free when you join Stampin' Up! So keep that in mind. That is over. That promotion is over like on Saturday. The 28th is the last day, I think. No, maybe, oh, no, it goes until March 2nd. Oh, let me check my, March 2nd. Sorry, March 2nd is the last day that you can join. So I highly recommend you give it a try. You will love being part of something bigger. Okay, so I would die cut all of these, okay? And this is one of the little dies that comes in the set. Die cut this. I'm going to put that back in there so I do not lose it. And then the other thing we are going to do is we should have 2 pieces. Oh, I did have an envelope ready for that. Hang on, I got to grab another white piece. 2 pieces of basic white, 4x5 1/4. The other piece we're going to put halfway into this embossing folder. Brand new sneak peek. This is one of our online exclusives coming out March 3rd. I'm going to put it about halfway in here. I'm going to run this through my machine. And then when I do that, it's going to look like this. And isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. And then I have my Just-A-Note here. Here's my Just-A-Note. Got that die cut. Let me move this out of the way. Last but not least, we're going to put this together in just a second, but we're getting everything ready. Let me grab my bow jig, and I'm going to do a double bow. So I want this to be kind of a little bit longer. I'm going to cut this, and then I'm going to make a double bow. And if you don't have something that helps you tie bows, have somebody drill some holes in a piece of wood for you, because you will never regret it. These are so nice to be able to tie a bow. I'm just going to pull these apart so I can get a little bit bigger bow. Boom. Absolutely perfect every single time. All right, let me set that over there. I'm going to move this out of the way. Get these out of the way. All right, we are ready to put our amazing card together. So let me grab my card base. Secret C, half a sheet, 5.5 by 8.5. You guys will find all these dimensions on my blog about an hour or two after I'm done tonight. I will put them all on there. Okay, I'm going to put the ribbon right on this layer. So I like to do this. I was going to like do something different, but I don't have a lot of this ribbon left. And I thought, oh, this is going to be just as pretty. And then I won't run out because I have to cut and make these for all my Technique Club members. This is what they're going to get this month for their technique, is this faux linen or tile, not linen, tile. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this right on our card front. Now, if you join my Technique Club, hang on, I got this plugged up a little bit. If you join my Technique Club, like for right now, it's February. This is the card for everybody who joins or is already a member, but joins in February. This will go out in the mail the first week of March, because I have to wait for all the orders to come in and then figure out how many I need to make, get them made, and then they mail out the first week of the following month. So you have to send me an email saying, I want to join. And then I will put you on the list and get you into the Technique Club. And then you just place that order between the 1st of the month and the 25th of the month, each month. And I run a report. You're on my list. I check, did you place your order? Yep. And then I mail you out not only this card, but an instruction sheet that I'll show you in just a minute. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Isn't that just a cool look? I really like this one. Okay, we're going to put dimensionals on the back up here. And again, this is called faux tile because obviously it's not real tile. It is unreal tile. Or I think faux means fake, but I don't like the word fake because fake is kind of like a, it's kind of like a sinister word. If you were on the AStampAbove Academy live that I did yesterday, Saturday, was it Saturday or Friday? Gosh, I don't even remember. Let me look. It was Saturday. I said I don't like the word booger either. So there's that. But I don't like the word fake because fake kind of has a negative connotation. And this is definitely not negative, right? Not negative. Okay, so now I'm going to take this double bow and I'm going to grab a mini glue dot. And all of these little things that you do add the final touches that take your card to the next level, right? So this is pretty, but it's about to get really pretty when we do this. I put a mini glue dot right on the edge of my faux linen, and then I left my ends a little bit longer because it kind of looks like a, I don't know, a bouquet with the ribbons hanging down. I don't know. That's what I always think of it. And then we are going to take Oh, here's our Just a Note. We've got our Just a Note. I'm going to grab my minis and I'm going to put one in a little bit away from the very edge on the left because we've already got dimensionals underneath this layer. So I want to keep this dimensional on, you know, I don't want it to be sticking over the side. That's what I'm trying to say. Gosh, that was tricky wording. I think I'll put it right here. Okay, again, I didn't stick it down until I can see if it's straight. Oh, that looks so pretty, doesn't it? And then let's see. Here comes our embellishments. We always got to put just a tiny bit of bling, and these are really shiny, so they add that extra, bring in that little bling factor. I'll find out here. Maybe one right up there, and I'll grab me another one. There's large, medium, and small in each one of these colors, and this is the cloud cover color. Okay, here's our card. Did I put the inside? Nope, I got to put the inside in. Hang on, I'll show you the final in just a second. Almost forgot this part. And again, this could be a Get Well card. I could stamp Get Well in here, write a Get Well message, Just a Note. Isn't that so pretty? Here's our pretty little envelope. And then this is the instruction sheet. Now, you can tell it's a little different. I didn't put all the colors in here. This is just a sample. But these are 3/4 inch score lines instead of 1 inch score lines. So, you know, you've got a little variation there. I really like the 3/4 inch too. But yeah, so this is what everybody gets in the mail the first week after the month of the Technique Club. So again, if you are interested in joining my Technique Club, all you need to do is pop me an email. You'll find my email address right there. And I will add you to the list. You can still get in this month. It's only the 22nd of the month. This was the fragrant layers. And then I wanted to bring in the other cards that I have with this. Oops. Remember these that I made? This uses the Painted Illusions Product of the Month Designer Series paper. And this is the same bundle, you guys. Yeah. And this was all one sheet. I just used different sections of it with Petaled Pink, with Flirty Flamingo, and then with Daffodil Delight. Or, Darling Duckling. Pretty. Same bundle. And then this is a card that I got from Sue Gebhardt. She is one of my newer members on my team. And she made this. Very, very pretty out of the same bundle. And she used score lines on the front of her card. That is really very pretty. Okay, so Technique Club. There it is. And the embossing folder, Paradise Garden Hybrid embossing folder. And that is coming out March 3rd. It is part of our new online exclusives. And I told you guys that, oh my gosh, there were so many great things in there. Holy cow. It was a little bit expensive, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. All right, here we go. I think we can, what time is it? Let's check our time. 8:13. Let me get this off the screen. Let me check my comments. Gotta take a drink. Take a drink, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Get them made. I thought you said I'll get them made. Oh, Tanya just ordered a new Versamark or white embossing powder. Yeah. I just keep filling mine up. Okay. What am I going to make next? I think I'll do the pop-up that I told you guys about. I've got 2 more cards sitting here, and there just is not enough time to be able to do all this, which is really sad, right? I'll get this out of the way. Wish I had somebody who could come flying right in here and clean this mess up for me when I'm done. Okay. I will need the stylus for this card that I'm going to make now. Okay, you guys. Oh, but this wasn't the first one, so let me grab my other bit. This is the cutest little card ever. I am going to be using one of these panels, okay? So I actually made 2 stinking adorable cards using panels off of this. And let me see. Yep, we're going to do that. I don't know if we'll need that or not, but we're going to need these 2. Okay, here comes all the goodies. So when I first saw this bug set, AStampAbove showed us a whole bunch of really cute stuff with it. I was a little unsure about it. I'm like, I don't know about that. But good grief, we've seen so many cute things made with it. Like so many cute things. You know, then you just kind of get drawn right in, right? Okay, so first thing I'm going to do here. Oops, hang on. Oh, it just threw my dimensionals. It went right under a cart under my desk. Okay, they're back. Don't worry. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get out our paper trimmer. So all of the paper that is part of the Cute as a Bug Designer Series paper, okay, it's all really cute. There's images in here that you can die cut using the dies, but it's also got this whole sheet of panels. And what do you do with this? Like, I know that sometimes I struggle with what am I going to do with that? So I came up with some cards where I can show you what I did with that. So first thing I'm going to do here is I am going to cut. You can see that this goes all the way across. So I'm going to cut this, and this is at 4 inches. So you just put it in your trimmer right up to 4 inches, cut it, and now you have this panel. The other thing is the next one, and you can cut this apart too, and this goes right up to 4 inches. And when you cut this, you're going to cut these apart. I'm not going to do that right now, but we're going to use this panel right here. So I am going to put that up to 6 inches, and I'm going to cut that. Here we go. I'll put those away. Now, I need this to be a card front, and this is 4 by 6. So I am going to, let's see, I am going to trim this off to 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut some of this off over here, and I'm okay with that. I don't feel bad about it. But I also see that, well, that's going to be okay. I was going to say there's a little bit of that other panel right on the bottom here, but I think that'll be all right. All right, this is the pop-up card, and I think you guys are just going to absolutely love this. So the Sweet Bugs is a bundle. It's a whole suite of products. It has the Rick Rack ribbon. These are on back order right now, and I did write down a list. Let's see, Ladybugs. These will be back in January, February, March, April 27th, which is like forever, but they'll totally be worth it. But this is the Sweet Bugs. It's got dies and the stamps. This is part of it. You can order all of these items individually. And where did my card stock? Here it is. Here comes my card stock. Pull this out, and here comes all of our layers. So I picked some of the colors out of this particular panel to make my card with. So first of all, I've got this, which is super cute, so that I can have a matching envelope. So I'm going to add glue to my envelope flap. And this is one of my favorite ways to decorate my envelope. We talked about that. Most of you were envelope. I don't know when I started saying it so fancy. You know what? That kind of goes along with aunt or aunt. And I think aunt is really fancy. I don't have any really fancy aunts, but I have lots of aunts that I love. Not that I couldn't love a fancy one, but I don't know. I always just thought it was. And then envelope is kind of fancy for envelope. I don't know where I got that from. Anyways, here's my envelope, potato. And then we've got pecan pie, 8.5 by 5.5. I'll just fold that in half. I've got a inside layer here. Then I've got a bunch of scraps. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this right on here. And I am just going to add this to the front of my card. That looks really nice and straight. Let's do our stamping on our inside layer here. Bring this back in. And I've got my crushed curry and my little stamp set. And these little guys. So I need black ink. Where's that black? Right here. This is my Memento ink pad that I put in a regular pad. We're going to do this. Little mushrooms. Then I'm going to do Love You Lots. Stamp that. Oh, that doesn't look like it got inked. Now it did. Stamp that. This is going to be the inside of our card. So got that done. Let's see. What else do we need to stamp? We are going to take the Everyday Arches dies. And I don't know where they are right now. Oh, right here. Goodness gracious. We're going to use the third from the smallest. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to die cut a little arch. Okay. And I have that done right here. And so we need to do just a teeny weeny bit of stamping on there. I'm going to grab the Old Olive ink and this little flower with grass. But I only want the grass. I don't want the little flowers. So I am just going to ink up the grass. Isn't that crazy? I'm just inking up the grass. I got to get my head in here. So oh, I see I missed a little bit. Hang on. And I'm just going to ink this along the bottom of my little piece. And you could use tape, mask this off a little bit. That's what I did. It's just that simple. Okay. Then we're going to do some more die cutting here. So I got this and this. Ooh, I need to do coloring. Where? Oh, here they are. Okay. I've got crumb cake. Super quick coloring on my little mushrooms. Or toadstools. I guess these are toadstools. This is light crumb cake. And then we've got Cajun Craze, dark and light. And so this is really, really easy to color the little toadstools. There we go. Simple Simon. Now we can add this to the inside of our card. Well, before we do that, we'll do a couple other things here. Boom, boom, and boom. Crumb cake, Cajun Craze, pecan pie. I don't know why I have pecan pie in there, though. I don't think I need that. That was a mistake. We've got the Stylish Shapes circle. That is the second from the smallest. We're going to be using these dies. There's 2 toadstool dies. These 2 right here. And then we've got what I thought these were like little leaves. They're the tops to the toadstools. They're not little leaves. So we're going to do crumb cake with the toadstool stems. That's what I call them. And then we're going to do these little toadstool tops. What do they call those? They call those, they're called something. Okay, so we're going to die cut those. And here comes those. They have lots of detail in them. Here comes one of those, and I've lost the other one. Okay, I'm going to die cut one of these. I need the bigger one. So hang tight. I don't know what happened to it, but who knows? Take a drink. Little break. Okay. I know that any second I'm going to find that one that I just lost. But I'm not going to look for it. Because that's silly. Okay, here we go. Let me grab these dies and these dies so I don't lose anything here. And then we've got, these are the 3 little marching guys. Now you can see how much I've used this pack of paper because literally this is all that I have left. Wow, right? But there's little marching guys in here. These little marching guys right here. And this die fits them perfectly. There are several dies like this one, that one, these little flower things, several dies that fit this paper, or you can stamp them and color them. So I die cut these little marching bugs, and I happen to have them right here, and they are so cute. So here comes my little bugs. All right, let's put these together. I'm going to add mushroom cap. Well, not mushroom, it's a toadstool, but it's called a cap. I think it's still called a cap on a toadstool. Look at how cute that is, right? Okay, let's put this one on here because we're going to do a little decorating on it. There we go. Okay, so what I did with my stylus is I took it and I used some Versamark ink. Now, if you have a gel pen, you can use a gel pen. I don't have a gel pen. Mine dried up and I never got a new one. And we don't have gel pens in our store, so, and I don't shop except in my own store. So I'm going to take my stylus. We're going to wipe this with our embossing buddy. And I took my stylus in my Versamark and I just put some little polka dots on my toadstool cap. The other thing that I did is I took white craft ink and I put a little pile of that out and I dipped little dots onto it. But here's what I found. It never dried. And so when I touched my card, it smeared all over the place. So that was a big, big bummer. Oops. Whoops. I have a little bit in that slit right there, and I think that's going to be okay because these are not meant to be perfect. There we go. We have little dots. So you can do that. You can use a gel pen if you have some other type of thing that'll make little white dots. I just wanted you to see the cutie patootie little white dots that are on here. And I think I'm going to take this and get a little bit of that out of there, but I don't think I need all of it out because I think it's going to look really cute, kind of a little splattered. There we go. Okay. Ready? Time to take another drink. For those of you that are doing the alcoholic beverages, pace yourself. We don't want anybody at home complaining about the drunken tirade on Sunday night stamping, right? Be careful. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's our little toadstools with our little dots on them. We're going to bring this in, and I'm going to grab that cloud cover ink. I wanted to tone this down just a little bit. So I got a blending brush. I'm going to wipe off a lot of the ink because I don't want it to be all blotchy. And I'm just going to come in here and add a little bit of cloud cover on here. So it just tones it down a little bit. That's all I did here. And we're going to put in our toadstools. Here we go. One goes right here. Oh, this one, I actually, where'd my big dimensionals go? Does anybody see them? I lose those a lot. Oh, here they are. I always say I'm going to put them back up there, but it never quite works out that way. I actually put glue on my stem and a dimensional, got glue down here and a dimensional up there. And I did that on purpose so that I could glue that down to the bottom, but pop it up a little bit up there. Now I'm going to grab this little guy carrying the flag, my little bug with the flag, and we're going to add some mini dimensionals. And we're going to pop this little guy right in here, like he's just marching along. Super cute, right? Okay, let's not lose these guys. Okay, now before we do anything else, we're going to do the pop-up. And this is really cool. So what I did here, oh, I know what that piece was. This piece that I threw over there, we need this. We'll deal with that in a minute. I'm going to put this right here. And I am going to grab some temporary tape to keep it in place. So this is going to outline my little horn playing butterfly. We're going to open this up and I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine. And it is going to die cut through both layers, the cardstock and the designer paper on the front. Hang tight. Take a drink. Okay, here I come. This is temporary tape. Here's our little guy. Here's our hole. Okay, now let's put this in here. This is important. You got to put this part in here now. This is our inside. Oh, did I stamp something? No, I didn't. So when you stamp your inside of your card, you want to make sure that it's not going to mess with your pop-up mechanism. So we didn't do anything up here. We did it down here. Okay. Oh, here's one of our little guys. Let's see. I'm going to take one of these. This is just one of the 3 bugs that I die cut, and I'm just going to put it right here on the inside because that's cute, right? Now this piece is important. This piece is 3/4 by 3. We need to do a little bit of scoring here. This is going to be the mechanism for our pop-up. So we're going to score this at 3/4 inch intervals. So the long side is up against the board. We're going to score that at 3/4, 1.5, 1.5, and 2 1/4. So every 3/4 of an inch, And that's going to give us a little square. So if you adjust the size on this, you're going to just make sure that when you fold in those score lines, you come up with a square. Okay. All right. Now fold that flat. Here's our opening here and here. And we are going to put some glue on it. Oh, hang on. Yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. Okay, so glue on this outside tab. So this is the open part. And glue on this one. And now we're going to put this right in the center. Oh, shoot, I did screw it up. Hang on, let me think about this. You don't want glue. Hang on. I'm just going to grab a new piece. Super duper easy. Easy to fix this. I'm going to throw that away. Here comes 3/4 by 3. And then we're going to score at 3/4. And then I'll show you what I did wrong. 3/4, 1 1/2, and then 2 1/4. Okay. Easy fix. Okay, so what I did, again, you're gonna get a little box here, okay? It's gonna go right up here into the fold, just like that. I shouldn't have put glue out here, and that's where I made my mistake. So we're gonna put glue right here. That's going to get on this tab. Okay. So I'll do that right now. We're going to close it. That's going to fit right up in there. Yay. And then we're going to put glue on this part that is going to get glued right here. So that's why you have to put the inside in first. Okay. All right. Hang tight. So now when you open this up, you have this. This should be centered in here, okay? And now you have this. Can you see that? It's just a little square in there. Glue to the front right there. Glue to the inside right there. And now we're going to drop this right back in here. Make sure it lines up with our pattern, okay? So now I'm going to put glue not just right on this square, not up there, but just right on the square. Don't go beyond that score line. So here's what we're going to do. Just like that. And now you're going to make sure that your pattern matches up. Is Marlene Murphy on here tonight? Marlene, are you here? Okay, ready? Here we go. See that? Isn't that fun? So I'm going to finish this card and then I'll show you the card that Marlene sent me, which is why I made this, because I thought it was so stinking cute. We're going to take some of that rickrack and I am just going to add this. This is really, really soft and pliable, and I love rickrack. I remember years ago when I used to sew, we would sew this around the edge and the bottom of the sleeve and stuff like that because it was just such a pretty little accent. Well, it's coming back. It's coming back in its popularity. You know, trends come and go, but I'm glad that rickrack is at least somewhat still around here or back for now. We'll see. I'm just going to tie it in a little knot. Grab my ribbon scissors, trim that, trim this off just a little bit. Here's our cute little rickrack. And then I'm going to bring this in, and this is going to go right over here. So I'm covering up some of this, but I think this little interest that happens here is so stinking cute. It's totally worth it. So I'm going to put some dimensionals. These are mini dimensionals way down at the bottom. I'm trying to get them far enough down that I don't catch this ribbon. because you know things don't, they slide around. If you put dimensionals on them and attach them to ribbon, they don't stay secure. So here comes a couple big ones. This, this, this. There we go. Whoops. And we're going to do this. Just pop that right in here. Oh my gosh, this is so stinking cute, isn't it? Now, where did my little, oops, I don't want to use, I'll use this little bug for something else. So I don't want to lose them. Now, again, these are on back order. They're not coming in until the 27th of March. January, February, April is when they're expected back in the store. So I'm sorry, but they were so popular. And again, if you are a discount shopper demonstrator, we don't differentiate with Stampin' Up. You get to order this stuff right away when it comes out, and that's why I have them. So with the join special right now, to get your hands on the Stampin' Positioner for free, join my team and enjoy all these fabulous little benefits. Okay. Here comes our final little project. Those to lay down. Well, they're not gonna. There they go. Here is our cute little pop-up. And is your head spinning with all the different things you can do with this? Different papers, all kinds of stuff. I just think this is so, so sweet. And then I'll show you, if you remember, the one that Marlene sent me. This is the designer paper that's in there with the bug and the flower die cut out of a different pattern of paper. Look at that one. This was for Steve, actually, and he thought this was very cool. But there's that square in there. Now, this square is bigger. It's 1 inch and then scored every 1 inch because we're holding a bigger item in there. But isn't that super cool, Marlene? I just was so mesmerized by this. And so then I went, I could do that with this. And I had to adjust this to be 3/4 inch and scored it every 3/4 so that everything would fit. But there we go. Isn't this stinking adorable? I'm going to send this to Dawson, or maybe I'll send it to one of my grandkids that live down south of here too. Super, super cute. Okay, so this is from the Sweet Bugs. It's a whole suite of products. Let me get this put away so I don't lose my stylish shapes die here. And this, by the way, whatever fits over that, right? So I use the second from the smallest. 1, 2, third from the smallest, actually. 1, 2, third from the smallest. And then the arch was the third from the smallest also. So that was easy. Okay. Let me do my clear the desk. Ready? That's how you clear a desk off. Here's our projects from tonight, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love doing that. We have faux tile technique. We have this adorable little pop-up. And then we have the easy layout card that it uses the product of the month for the Designer Series paper, Painted Illusions. Oh, goodness. Did I miss any questions? Thank you so much, Sharon. You're always so sweet about that. Sharon says I knocked it out of the park. Okay, so I had 2 other cards that I wanted to make tonight, you guys. And it's so crazy. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to not do because they're all so cool. So, let me bring this back in. Here's our Stampin' Positioner. I was going to use that on one of the cards, which would be great, right? We have grid paper. Here's our Positioner. Oh, I love this thing. It comes with 2 great magnets. Grid paper that fits right into these little slots. And you've got the big plate, spring-loaded. And then this little one, which is also spring-loaded. So, oh my gosh, this thing is so nice. And I was using it earlier today, but I think, we're at 8:44, so I need to call it. I do have some mail to share with you, so please stick around for that. And if you guys have to go, I completely get it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to share my mail with you. I always appreciate your orders and appreciate your time on a Sunday night. I think it's a great way to kick off your week because Sunday is the first day of the week. Unlike Barb and Dina think it is the last day of the week. It is not. I'm a stickler on that one. I'm not giving that up. Okay, here comes my mail. I love to share my mail with you. So Shelby White is on here. Look at this cute little Valentine card she made me. How sweet is that? Ah, absolutely love it, Shelby. Way to go. Beautiful. And then Mary Stroman sent me this beauty. Wow, right? She got some happy mail. So I do a team meeting once a month on Zoom, and there are door prizes, and Mary was a recipient of one of those door prizes. So when you attend that Zoom meeting as a team member, you get entered into prize drawings, which is always fun, right? This is from Deb Sedlinger. Look at how pretty this is. This uses that True Blue Florals, which was our product of the month in December. And she got the paper snips for Prize Patrol. So thanks so much, Deb, for that beautiful card. Love it. Jamie Lency is a member of my team, and she got happy mail for mystery stamping. She was a mystery stamping winner. I do mystery stamping every month. Lots of challenges on my team. Now, you do not have to be a business builder. You can be a discount shopper. Just join for the discount and still get to participate in all of these things and have the opportunities that the business builders have, because I do not discriminate. This one is from Margene. Oh, it's always happy to get a card from Margene. And she says, what a fun surprise in my launch make and take packet to find a Prize Patrol surprise. Yes, Marlene was one of our winners. So I'm sorry, Margene, not Marlene. We got Marlene Murphy that did the card earlier. This is from Margene. Thank you, Margene, for a beautiful card. And then we've got Elaine Reebok. Look at how pretty this is. Elaine, I'm so happy to get a Valentine card from you. Absolutely beautiful. Then Rose Ruddy sent me this thank you card. I loved this set. I had so many great ideas and not enough time with that one. So it says, thank you for the gold twisted thread that she won. Yay! And she said, I hope you're enjoying your cruise, which is a whole nother story. But thank you for the well wishes, Rose. I wish we enjoyed our cruise too. This is from Luann. And look at Luann use the bugs. Now she stamped them and colored them and they look absolutely beautiful, Luann. And then look at her tiny little dots. She used Poppy Parade on her toadstools. Here's one of those little ladybugs. So, so cute. So, so cute. Now, I got to share this with you. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, ready? What? Look at how crazy this is, you guys. It turns inside out. Ready? Here's our card. And it opens. And then it goes like this. Oh, my goodness. Luann, this is the cutest thing ever. Super, super cute. And again, with the bugs, you guys, the bugs. Absolutely adorable. Thank you, Luann. Last but not least, I know Kathy's on here. Oh, I loved this paper. This is so, so pretty. And she's sending a thank you card. Look how perfect her handwriting is. I showed this to Steve today, Kathy, because I opened my mail today. I said, Steve, look how perfect her handwriting is. And he goes, yeah. He wasn't impressed, but I'm very impressed. So she won the Sparkle Dot Essentials, the Sparkle Dot Essentials were a gift to everybody who registered for the new product launch party that we hosted. So lots and lots of cuteness here. Okay, you guys. I am going to flip back over here. Oh, look, my crown is trying to come off. Okay. There we go. Ah, Luann, you're on here. That is the cutest card ever. Isn't it just so cute? I wish I didn't have so much glare in my glasses from my screen. I need to go get my eyes tested. And when I do, I'm going to get new glasses. And then, let me see, is there just as much glare with these glasses? No, well, there's a little bit, but not like these are terrible. Maybe I don't have any anti-glare. But anyways, I'll see if I can make sure that doesn't happen. They should be able to do something. Sharon says Kelly's team is the best. Join my team. You will love it. Try it out at least. You get to order $125 in any product you want. You can get some of these online exclusives that I've showed you in the sneak peeks because they're available to you if you join. And you can get them with your kit. And you only pay $99. The kit is always free shipping, so that's awesome. And then you get to be on my team until the end of July without doing a thing, just having fun. You try it out, you'll love it. It's so much fun. Just looking through comments, you guys, thank you so much. I don't see when will this bug set be back? The bug set is not on back order. Oh, yes, it is. It'll be in stock the week of March 3rd or 2nd. Thank you for saying that. I thought it wasn't, but it'll be back in stock the week of March 2nd. So that's coming up next week. We've got this week through the 28th, and then the next week it'll be back in stock. Thank you for reminding me of that because I didn't think it was, but I had it written down that it was out for right now. Okay, Suzanne wants a demonstration of that card. Yeah, Luann, you should demonstrate that for our team meeting. We have a team meeting on Zoom every month, and I always ask for volunteers to demonstrate different ideas that they've seen or whatever. And so that would be a really fun one, Luann. And then we also do mystery stamping and all kinds of stuff. It's just so much fun being part of something bigger, you guys. Give it a try. If you've ever I don't know if I should or not, do it. Do it. You'll love it. Okay, I'm going to let you go. I have to take a little potty break. I hope those of you that were drinking the adult beverages tonight don't drive home. We had quite the drinks that had to happen tonight due to me having to go over to my machine and all the things. But I wish you guys, Susanna's having cataract surgery. Yeah, better not interfere with your stamping. Have a sparkling week, Pamela says. Pamela, you have a very sparkling week too. Go out there and create something. Let your creativity sparkle, right? Have yourselves a great week. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I couldn't have all this fun without you. So, good night, everybody.